Cool. Yeah, looks like it's working. So yeah, welcome to our stream for 2023's Game Jam. Another year, another jam. It's not going to be anything too formal. Only really for submissions. Again, that's not to say that it's not something that we didn't want or it's something less than predicted. I think every game that was submitted this year, I think it's definitely a great testament to the community we have here. A bunch of different developers all making unique and interesting games. So thank you everyone again for submitting to the jam. Before I move on, obviously got to thank our sponsor. Clash of Clans. No, Clash of Clans is not our sponsor. Our sponsor, of course, is the amazing Mr. Augustin, who has always been a key driving factor in ensuring that the dev community in Senscape always thrives. And this year, even though we were not able to get Epic to join us, Augustin himself, he fronted the sponsorship this time, as he is always keen to see people sort of develop games and sort of build communities from Senscape. And of course, a brilliant thanks to all the judges, who played through all the games, who've spent days deliberating, what their consensus was on all of them, which ones they liked, and it's been a really fun time. We've enjoyed playing everyone's games. And obviously, Miss McQuiggan, without whose, constant reminders, these jams would not be possible. She is definitely one of the strongest reasons. I think we always do manage to get a jam in just in time. So definitely a big round of applause to her. But yeah, so overall, I'll give you a heads up of what's going to happen today. Essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go through the 4 entries we have. The good news is that we're not technically counting anyone as having lost this year, so everyone will be walking away with something. So there are no losers. There are never losers in Senscape. And we really, really liked everyone's efforts, and we had a lot of fun judging them. So we'll go through them. We'll go through them one by one. We'll start from the 4th place, and then we'll sort of go towards the winner. But again, you're all winners in our books. So we'll just give you maybe a slight bit of sort of positive encouragement of what we liked about your games, and we'll sort of the judges will sort of chime in as well and just sort of say their few words to the participants. With that in mind, I guess let's start. If you haven't already, be sure to sort of click the Adventurous Game Jam stream just so that image is enlarged for you. And yeah, I'll let me know if everyone's able to sort of see my mouse moving around just to sort of see if the stream is working. Awesome. Great. So yeah, let's begin. So 4th place is Cursed Harvest Trials, and Cursed Harvest Trials was a lot of fun. I really liked. I think it's apparent every time the atmosphere all of you build with your games. I think it's always great. I think you did capture the fall spirit very well. Really Halloween sort of aesthetic going on there. It was really fun. I enjoyed sort of talking to different people. I really also like how you really sort of nailed down on your dialogue system as the main component of the game. And I think to keep your game driven by that single sort of feature, I think it's great. And it was an interesting storyline as well. I enjoyed meeting the different characters. Each character felt different to the next, and overall it was really interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna let Zodi. Zodi, do you want to go next?
Okay, today I'll be the one to criticize the games and cover them in dirt. Cursed Island, Dark Night, Fantasy Gods, and a mystic ritual to save the island. Sounds like a really good plot for a game. The notes tell you where to look and how to talk to each of the gods. and the gods may help you with the ritual if they will like what you tell them. But this great idea is poorly implemented in the game. Who cursed the island? How? Why? We will never know the answer. The ending is abrupt. I was told by the gods that I need all parts of the spell and also some offerings to summon a harvest god, which may help me, or may not. But I only got spell parts and perform a ritual and the end. No searching for offerings, no harvest god, no information about the curse. Petref and Gloomy Cat, I'm sure all you need is just more time. Because now it feels like the main part of the game was simply cut and we played a demo. But I really liked it, and it's a good job. Not the best in this gem, but still good.
Awesome, thanks, Zodi. Again, remember, criticism, it is subjective to each person. But again, really good job. Lucian, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Like Spider said, I really liked the atmosphere. It fit the game jam, the harvest theme. The graphics were really cool. Kind of walking around. I liked the dialogue system. It really put a little bit of the puzzle into the game, collecting the spells. Sure, it had a few technical issues, but I think every game had that. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Lucian. Again, this is a jam game, so we know tech issues are going to happen, and we're not really, we're not too hard on those sort of issues. But again, to see people sort of build their games and actually get them published for a jam, it's a huge effort. It's a commendable effort. So again, well done, Patrifa and Gloomy Cat. You're going to walk away with $100. Right. So on to the third one. And the third one is Redacted by Occult Softworks. Our very own, very ambitious Nick and Mel were behind this game, and music and sound by Frederick. I'm a sucker for stealth games, like Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid. Just give it all to me, seriously. So it was a very pleasant surprise to sort of see this sort of stealth game in this year's jam. I especially liked that. I actually liked how much sort of thought you had put to sort of the AI and stuff like that. And it felt like they were sort of interacting with each other. There were sort of activities going around. I was a bit bad at sneaking in this game, but it might just be because I'm getting old and I've sort of like run out of patience. But no, seriously, I think this was a very, very good and, as always, an ambitious effort by Nick and Mel. I enjoyed playing this. I did get freaked out by the hands a little bit, but I'm not sure if that was in the nature of Halloween or if something broke. But yeah, I think that was the only creepy part from that game. But otherwise, I still liked some of the implementation you did. I think whenever you sort of, run into a wall and how your hands sort of come up, I think that was very responsive. That worked very well. And I think in those situations, it was working really well, and it really sort of stood out to me, essentially. But yeah, Zodi, you want to go ahead?
Okay, Project 2, Redacted, has a good plot and idea, stealth exploration with searching for the evidence, and the best thing is that we don't know what are we searching for, and step by step, with each new document or object we find, we begin to understand what's going on. But there is something to complain about in the game. Firstly, the gameplay is too slow. Yes, due to the need to hide and crawl, we move slowly, but I would like there to be something that would diversify this process. Maybe some additional mechanics, in addition to taking photos. Secondly, the controls are not very convenient. The inertia of the mouse is simply off the charts, and the use of the C key for crouching was actually invented by Satan. Thirdly, the lack of ambient sounds. It feels like we are in a cemetery, the same one where Satan came up with the idea of using the C key for crouching, and some suspicious woman wants to eat a pen. Yet the game is very good. I could anytime return to the car and finish the game, but I didn't even think about leaving. I wanted to explore the entire building and find out what is going on there. The game has great voice acting and 2 languages. Great job, Nick, Mel, and Frederick. Congratulations.
Yep, no, I definitely agree. I think, yeah, building this space is pretty cool. It's quite big. I was also interested to explore around. Lucian, you want to go next?
I couldn't stop laughing watching Zodi crawling around all over the place. His video. It was a nice stealth game, though. I didn't do an awful lot of stealth in it because I think I found all the passes pretty quickly, so just walked around. But it was a nice, ambitious game. Got to picture of the alien at the end, though I was surprised alien didn't appear in the news story at the end. But I quite liked it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think great job, Nick and Mel. I think it's like I'm always looking forward to see every year exactly what you both do. I think you're such an amazing duo with your games, and yeah, some of the stuff you do is really ambitious, and to sort of see quite a bit of it come to fruition, and then actually working as it would in some of the bigger games. I think it's definitely a testament to both your knowledge and skills. But yeah, thanks again, and great job. Third place, but you got to walk away with $200. And so for the second place is
Da 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 da!
Aki's Last Night by WE Games. I guess if I had to pick one word to describe this game, it would be atmospheric. A lot of what was happening in this with sort of the way you were using the cameras and the way sort of the scene was sort of it's a very surreal sort of environment, and I really enjoyed that. It really, again, right, people are probably tired of me comparing everything to Silent Hill, but again, I'm not name dropping it because Augustin is here, but I definitely got some flashbacks to things like those, especially that first character you meet and how the camera sort of like slowly goes over to them. I thought that was great. Sadly, I did have a little bit of trouble with the puzzle. I think I was running at a too high refresh rate, but I did manage to cap my frames and play it through. Again, as we said, we completely understand that technical issues happen with these game jams, and we're not really too strict on those sort of things. If we can fix it from our end, we'll try our best to sort of play through them. But no, seriously, great job. Honestly, it was very atmospheric, and I was very curious to know the whole time what was going on. If he was sort of in a coma, is it like, what is this world he is in? Jody, take the stage.
I liked Aki's Last Night for its plot, which intrigued me from the very beginning of the game, from the moment I read the first letter. And then the game began to build up tension and suspense, and it was amazing. I was looking forward to the ending. I really wanted to know how it would all end. Also, I would like to mention the presence of cutscenes, collectibles, each with some interesting information, gamepad support, and 2 languages. But you forgot to create an exit button. Exiting game with Alt F4 isn't cool. Also, please check the balance of the sound and music volumes. I swear, main menu music can kill someone because of its loudness. But still, great job, Gargoyle and Just Victory. Congratulations.
Yeah, great job. Lucian.
Yeah, I thought the story and the atmosphere in this one was really cool. There was some nice little bits, like there was a head in the forest. If you managed to see it, and if you turned around at one point, there was a giant head come out of the sea, which I'm not entirely sure what that was about, but it was quite. It certainly made the game more interesting. I liked the fact that it had puzzles in it. I had the same problem with the boat engine that Spider had. It kept throwing the ball all over the place, but I eventually managed to get through that. So it was a really good and interesting game.
Yeah, no, definitely great job. Yeah, it was very atmospheric. It's definitely something that's going to be stuck in my mind for a while. And I think to even sort of create stuff like this, I think there is a misconception from a lot of people, especially those who are sort of new to making creative projects, that surreal is easy to do, or surreal is all about sort of going crazy. But honestly, that's not the case. You do need a good bit of hand on it, and I think you both did a fantastic job there. You understand what makes something surreal, and you sort of nailed down on that. Uh, Again, right? Just throwing around names like David Lynch and stuff. It's definitely a huge compliment. But great job. You both will be walking away with $300. And for the final game, Chef wins again, obviously, this year, even though he's not submitted any game at all. Sorry about that, Tillian. Uh, But no, sadly, Chef couldn't join us this year. However, we can't wait to see what he does next. And of course, congrats on your win, Chef. We're very happy for you, and may you keep winning amazing things. However, in terms of winning the jam, we do obviously. I know it's going to be a bit hard to sort of think who this person might be, like who actually won. So let me sort of break that suspense right away. It's of course no one else other than Tillian and his sister, who've won the first place for insert video game here. Tillian, man, let me tell you, like I had a grin from ear to ear playing this game. Honestly, the way you've sort of used the asset packs, and for a layperson, how you've sort of broken down the trials and tribulations of game development, but then yeah, just how you've amazingly used all those assets, and all those assets actually make sense in context. I thought that was amazing. Um, every chapter you had a door to basically go through, and every single time, I was just anxious to see what was behind that door. So I think you've done such a phenomenal job. Honestly, man, like, I think with sort of your history and sort of experience, the games you've built, I genuinely think you can sort of bring this forward and sort of really build up on it, and give us a game that even stuff like Stanley's Parable or whatever won't be able to match. I really enjoyed this. Well done, Tillian. This was really great. Mr. Zodi, over to you.
It was fun. It was very fun. No, really, I was laughing from the very beginning till the end of the credits, and the game has those Stanley Parable or The Beginner's Guide vibes. But as for me, it lacks of action, any kind of it. I love pressing big red buttons, you can't even imagine how much I do. But I want to also do at least something else, some puzzles like in Superliminal maybe, or maybe logical puzzles, or just moving boxes to clear the way, any activity. And also choices. I want to choose something asset pack which will affect the look of the hallway, or maybe an entourage which will affect some parts of the story. As an example, why not? I mean, I want to get more gameplay. The game supports a gamepad and allows player to rebind the keys, it's great. Anyway, what you've done is amazing. It's incredibly fun, and I enjoyed every minute of playing and listening to a dog barking and alarm squealing, professionally voiced by Tillian. Congratulations, great job.
Lucian, over to you.
Yeah, just like everybody else said, like a great whole time playing this. It was really funny. I liked the you could collect trophies in the game, or you could just turn around and exit the game, and you got different bits of dialogue. The voice work was really good. My only real criticism of the game is, yeah, it could probably have done with more like puzzles, but there was enough of that kind of Stanley Parable. Make a choice, get a different style of story or different voice actions if you went a different way. So, but yeah, it was very funny and I really loved it.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you do expand on it, definitely, I think look into having more variety, maybe in sort of what you're doing in this game. I think that would just make it a 10 out of 10. But yeah, I thought it was very clever. It's very hard, like, to sort of do clever, especially with sort of comedy games. But I think you've nailed it here, and every punchline worked for me. I thought it was great. So yeah, well done, Tillian, and you walk away with $500, hopefully, which you will share with your sister, and won't be hoarding for yourself.
And all other Tillians.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. So these are our winners of this year. We really appreciate everyone giving your time and sort of submitting your games. Remember, like, even if we only got 4 submissions this year, for us, we're still happy. It was more than enough for us. It's always great to see people working on games and sort of thriving in this space. All of the games were amazing. They all worked. We were actually able to play them all. So which is already a good start. But yeah, no, seriously, everyone, well done again. And again, thanks to Augustin for sponsoring this jam. For always sort of guiding our sort of dev community here as forward as he can. Liz for always making sure we get a jam every year. Because let me tell you, again, she wasn't here. We probably would have missed a few jams. But thank you all so much. Really appreciate it, especially the judges as well. Thank you so much, Zodi, Lucian, for joining me on the stream and allowing me not to talk for a few minutes. But no, honestly, well done, everyone. I hope you're all really proud. Again, as we said, for us, there were no losers this year. You're all winners. You've all sort of got, great stuff going on here, and we're happily able to sort of reinforce that by saying that, yep, everyone will be walking away with something. Thank you so much. Sadly, I think Tillian will be paying off his lawsuit with what he wins. But yeah, feel free to sort of duck out if you need. Does any other judges want to say anything else before we end?
I just wanted to one more time thanks to McWigan who put incredible amount of effort in these gems, just incredible.
Yeah, I would say the same. Liz did an awful lot of work for this, and she deserves a lot of credit for this. The 4 entries we did get were all of a high standard, and I enjoyed playing every one of them. So I think it was a good jam overall.
Yeah. When you can, Liz, feel free to sort of share your PayPal link if everyone wants to share their love for your contributions. But no, thank you, everyone. Again, have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon wherever you are. And yeah, we can't wait to see you for the next jam. Hopefully, it'll be bigger. And yeah, Augustin, do you want to join in?
Let me see. Hello, can you hear me, folks?
Yes.
Do I have the camera working? I probably have a sleepy face. Okay, yeah, here I am. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'll make this quick. Thank you so much, really, for making all of this work. It's been, as you've seen, it's been quite a year for Senscape. Now, the funny thing is, we didn't have news from Epic, about sponsoring this jam. So I was kind of, expecting to see what happened. As you know, Epic had some news on their end recently, so it's been an upheaval of sorts. Finally, they say, yes, we're going to sponsor the jam. So, that happened like 2 weeks ago. It was too late. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But yes, this is basically was sponsored by Senscape, just Senscape. And yes, I want to thank everyone, all the community. I mean, you, the community, the mods, Beth, for organizing this. You guys did it all by yourselves, and I'm really sad to have missed it. I have seen the games, PlayZodi's stream. Great stuff as usual, guys. I really hope to be involved next time. I miss being around, and I will make a comeback. I promise. I am testing Asylum with one team, and as you've seen, we just launched the new trailer for Silent Hill Ascension yesterday. There is a lot of hype. It's debuting in Halloween. It's going to be different. I am sure that even if you don't like the Silent Hill franchise, you will enjoy this series because it's different, it's fun, it's in many ways built for us. It's like watching a show, talking about it, influencing the story, who do you want, to kill or keep alive, that sort of stuff. So anyway, thanks again, folks, and I will be around very soon with an Asylum update. Okay, that's it.
Thanks, Agustin. Again, can't wait for Silent Hill. Still waiting.
Thank you.
Almost here.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. In fact, I will circulate a new build among you folks soon for more feedback. After
Awesome.
what Liz played recently, there's been a lot of really cool tweaks and improvements. So, yeah, it's getting there. For real this time.
Brilliant. All right. Thanks, Agustin. Thanks, everyone. Have an amazing night, morning, or afternoon. And see you all the next jam.